They fucked it up a little bit. Well,
If you know how they race you in the system, stunt your growth, blunt those hoes, you get the gist then. On your own when you're grown, never learned at school or home, paying off that student loan, got you working to the bone. Do you know how they race you in the system? Tell you lies, hypnotize, tell you listen. Praise the thief, give you grief, feed you nothing but belief, till you're crying for relief, and you listen to the chief.
If you know how they raise you in the system, broken men, yo girls, you need to listen. Save your children, turn your boys into good men, and the future will be good then.
If you know how they race you in the system, must conform to the norm, you don't resist them. Be a slave till you cave, cause they dangle what you crave. Make you think that you're unsafe, make you think that you're not brave. If you know how they race you in the system, got you stressed, never rest, you get the short end. Working hard, pay with God, becks I've gotten through our God. Young children being scarred, fat cats packing lard.
Do you know how to even tell the difference? Live a lie till you die with indifference. Bound by chains, cannot see, still you miss them. Take the reins, it's your life or be their bitch, man. If you know how they keep you in the system, flashing pictures, glow past scriptures. Take your money, oh you're funny, it's a reset. Pay their debt, that's a threat, don't forget you're a pet.
Do you know why they raise you in a system? So you trust to your dust, no resistance. Young or old till you're cold, better stick within the mold. Best believe the story told, better get your kids enrolled. Now you know why they raise you in the system. Full control of your soul if you let them. Open eyes, see the skies, but you look beyond their lies. See the devil in disguise, and the truth it mystifies.
If you know that the globe is inconsistent, in your mind cannot find non-existent. Cannot trust, truth's a must, globes a bust, no cosmic dust, just free of wanderlust.
Do you know how they race you in the system? Of the fear, lose what's dear, open prison. Broken mind, hard to find, so it scares you to be kind. So you choose to wear the blinds, and it leaves you in the bind. Now you know why they race you in the system. Kill your god, raise the rod, you don't need shit then. Stars align, it's a sign, there's no bendy space and time. Yes, they're getting all the time, but their content is a crime.
If you know the truths, you can list them. Draw the line, genuine, every baseline. Grow a spine, get online, and meet me and mine in the new paradigm. If you know about the rulers of the system, it's a bloodline, foul, clandestine. World decline, not divine. Makers of the storyline from long before Byzantine.
Do you know how they keep you in the system? Kept in debt, under threat, so hard to leave them. Stand up strong, you belong, that's the purpose of the song. Doesn't hurt you to be wrong. Now you know why we should change the system.
Alright, welcome to another episode. That is a song by DRACE and Karma. Amazing, amazing song. If you would like to check them out, they're on Discord. So check out the link below, 24/7 Flat Earth Discord, and I will leave the link for the song in there. So check that out. Now let's jump into the TikTok videos that I found. Also, in that Discord, you'll find a lot of memes, and you can find a lot of people that you can discuss, and ask questions about anything. For the most part, we talk about Flat Earth, which is an awesome subject to get into. So let's get into the videos. This first one is called Lights in the Sky. Or no, the first one's called Sketchy LA. And it's kind of going back to the one that we saw in the last one about how sketchy our surroundings are. And if we pay attention and actually do a little bit of research, we can see that there's something going on. So let's jump into it.
Hey humans, I wanted to respond to this comment because I've been getting so many just like it. And I figured I'd take this as an opportunity to give a recap of everything we found in the Randonauts series to this point. I also want to make it clear, this is not a direct accusation of anything to the companies involved. I've just seen so many red flags in this area that I want to look a little bit deeper. Alright, so let's get into it. The point of focus is the Van Nuys Airport, which is a private airport that no commercial flights go in or out of. However, because of its close proximity to downtown LA, some of the richest and most powerful people in the world are often here. Now, this place has a horrifying number of cabinet stores right next to it, as you can see. One of the cabinet stores in particular is called The Matrix. This is where US Arcades is located, the place in the last video. They're the ones that make the special video booths. Now, the guy that was running this company was simultaneously running a kids' toy company that required him to be at kids' events worldwide year-round. Gets a little weirder. The owner of the cabinet store was associated with one other address a block away that was incorrectly labeled as a daycare. However, they quickly changed that when we made a video about it. There was also a church on the same block that was shut down last year for human trafficking. There is also a gentleman's club on the same block with a subliminal politically charged name. And there was a guy that drove onto the runway last year and was yelling about being followed by the government. So that's pretty much it. At least that's all we've said so far, but there's a lot more on the way. So make sure you follow, stay tuned, three's up.
There you go. More information from this guy, R33vo. Check this out. There was this lady on YouTube before they started censoring everything. Her name was Amazing Polly. She had the best information about all of this research, where you can find like Pepsi and like all of these companies are right next to each other, and they're so sketchy, it's insane. And we've known that this is going on, but now that people are waking up and realizing, I guess, more and more what's going on around them, they're starting to see that there's some sketchy stuff going on, and it's way closer than we think. I live in Orange County, and I know there's crazy stuff going on. It's just, I don't even want to think about it too much. I just want to know that that it's happening, and so I can be aware of what my enemy is doing. That's basically why I'm doing a lot of this research, is to be aware of what the enemy is doing, so I can make my best decision and not just be asleep like most people. Let's go to the next one. Lights in the sky. I'll talk about this after. I'm going to play it one more time. Let's see, because it's a short one. So I don't know what to think of that. It looks like a projection, but hey, I just wanted to show that video. The person on TikTok is at Conspiracy Truth. That's where you can find the source videos. And now let's go to the next one. It's called posture. So I've been trying to, I work out and I do like exercises and stuff, but I need to be a little bit more conscious of my posture when I'm sitting down. And so I'll click on this and have this guy explain it.
Knows no posture, but your spinal health does. So how do we fix it? Kyphosis is not an anime villain. It's actually a posture type characterized by a rounding forward of the spine and a jutting forward of the chin. But let's try not to think about it in terms of fixing. Let's think about it more in terms of optimizing. Neck pain, shoulder pain, and upper back pain can all be caused by kyphosis. So if you do have these things, all you need is a wall. All you have to do is sit all the way up against the wall as tall as you can, with your ribs touching and your head touching, your shoulders back. Now open the elbows till they touch the wall, and here's the hard part, get your wrists all the way back till they touch the wall as well. Now, the second you do this, your ribs are going to want to pop forward, but the goal is to press them down. Once you're in this position, you can begin the exercise by squeezing up. Keep those ribs in and then bending it down. Oh, it's very difficult. You won't even need to do that many, 10 tops. But be aware, if you don't correct your ribs here, you still have kyphosis, it's just the curb is expressing itself somewhere else. In next video, we're gonna tackle that neck pain.
Cool. So there's some cool people on TikTok basically teaching about posture, and that's great because we all can use that because we all sit most of the time. I try to stand most of the time. I do a lot of yard work, and I do like to stand, but when I sit down, and I do have to sit down for work, and I do most of my work on the computer, I think like some of these exercises are definitely some that are pretty critical. So let's go on to the next one. It's called Sacred Geometry. Now this one I really enjoy. Now the editing, the way that the guy's talking, I don't like the presentation, but let's focus on the content. So let's go to Sacred Geometry.
This pattern can clearly go on forever. However, they always stopped after 19 circles. Why? Well, because they didn't want you to see what I'm about to show you. Back then, this image and knowledge was so sacred that they couldn't allow it to become common knowledge. It was appropriate at that time. However, now we either use the information or fall further into darkness. In biology, all cells have a zona pellucida around the edge. These circles around the flower of life are the zona pellucida of the flower of life. You must remove these, then complete the spheres that were cut off by the zona pellucida. With one more step, you will have the secret. Finish the drawing, add the final missing circles, giving you this. This image is the fruit of life. This pattern of 13 circles is one of the holiest, most sacred forms in existence. It's called the fruit because it is the result, the fruit, from which the fabric of the details of the reality were created. Remember when we talked about male and female energy, lesson 4? As you can see, this image is female. It has no straight lines. However, when you combine male lines with these female circles, something amazing happens. What you do is draw a straight line from the very center of every single circle to every other circle in this image. When you do this, you get an image which is known throughout the universe, everywhere, as Metatron's cube. It is one of the most important informational systems in the universe, one of the basic creation patterns in existence. So what is Metatron's cube? Well, anyone who has studied sacred geometry, or even regular geometry for that matter, knows that there are 5 unique shapes in the universe, and that they are crucial to understanding both regular and sacred geometry. They are called the Platonic solids. A Platonic solid has certain characteristics by definition. First of all of its faces are the same size. For example, a cube, the most well-known Platonic solid, has a square on every face, so all of its faces are the same size. Secondly, the edges of the Platonic solids are all the same length. All edges of the cube are the same length. Third, it only has one size of interior angles between the faces. In the case of the cube, this angle is 90 degrees. And fourth, when put inside of a sphere, all of the points will touch the edge of the sphere perfectly. With that definition, there are only 4 shapes besides the cube that fit that description. So what are they? Well, we have the dodecahedron, the tetrahedron, the octahedron, the isosahedron, and the hexahedron. All of these shapes are found within Metatron's cube. This knowledge is also where original alchemy came from. The ancient alchemists and great souls like Pythagoras, father of Greece, considered each shape to have an elemental aspect to them. The tetrahedron was considered fire, the cube was earth, the octahedron was air, the isosahedron was water, and the dodecahedron was ether. Ether, also known as prana, and tachyon energy are all the same thing. They extend anywhere and are accessible at any point in space, time, and dimension. This is the great secret of zero-point technology. The sphere is voidness. These 6 elements are the building blocks of the universe, and they create the qualities of the universe. To summarize, this is the first informational system that comes out of the fruit of life through Metatron's cube. In alchemy, they rarely discussed ether. I've read that in the Pythagorean school, if you even uttered the word dodecahedron outside of the school, they would kill you on the spot. That's how sacred this shape was. 200 years later, when Plato was alive...
There you go. This person, my dogs, and like, so some of this information is a little bit boring, but it's actually really critical. It's actually really important for, in general, like if you've been researching, you know, I guess the occult, the things that are not promoted and are not shown. When you start going back to the basics of everything, there are really, really huge and important lessons to be learned there. With geometry, it's the same case. If we go back to the simplest forms, there are huge lessons there. When we talk about like the cube and all of these Platonic shapes that can be extracted through a pattern, it's actually mind-blowing. It's actually insane to think that in a 2-dimensional drawing, you can extract 3-dimensional shapes that exist in our reality. If you haven't got into some of this research about geometry, sacred geometry, and all this stuff, Let me know if you find that interesting. I can do a video series about what I've researched and what I'm into. I've gone kind of in my own path talking about sacred geometry, but anyway, let me know if you're interested in that. I really, really enjoy that content. Now, the last one, it's a bit more relaxed, but I'll explain why I think this would be happening. So it's called tree move. There you go. There is this person that noticed that this tree has this leaf that is moving, and it's being kind of weird. Like the whole tree is not moving. It's only that part. Here's my take on it. Now, I happen to been researching, and it goes back into the sacred geometry in nature, that, in my opinion, and from my research, plants use the ether or the electrical nature of where we live to produce plants. So, first of all, the word plant is also used like in power plant, as if they create energy. Like a power plant creates energy, a tree taps into the energy to create fruit and vegetables and other things. Now, I happen to think that that tree has like this termination of the toroidal field that is just causing it to kind of move with the electrostatic nature of reality. So the plant in itself is alive, the roots go deep in the ground, and the tree goes high up. It's creating like a negative and positive potential energy difference, which allows for energy to be harnessed, and therefore possibly causing this plant at that location, which could possibly like be like the highest point, causing that being like the toroidal field to have it move. Like there's like a little toroidal field there that is causing it to move. So, and it is the highest point on that branch. So just something to be aware of. I found that interesting. I think there's something to be learned there, going back to the basics. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you found that interesting. Let me go find a song for you guys for the outro. And I hope to see you next time.